Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss, two-time trivia champion this weekend at Destination D23. Here now, the news for November 22nd, 2021. Sorry, I just had to brag. So you guys know when you get the news, who you get the news from, like knows what he's talking about, right? You could wear this for now, Penguin Guy. There you go. He's pretty cute in it. I can't pull it off like that. Things have settled down since Destination D23, but we have a flurry of announcements to go over that happened throughout the weekend. There's a comprehensive list on the website if you need a quick recap, but I'm going to go through as much as I can. Right now, from what was announced, starting at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Fantasmic has been announced to be returning to the park in 2022, and it will even feature a new segment. Few details were released about the new scenes, but based on the art that was released, we could tell that Moana, Aladdin, and Frozen sequences are coming to the show. The rumor is it's replacing the Pocahontas scene. As you know, a bunch of white people running around the stage playing Native Americans may be deemed offensive. I don't think it's any surprise to anyone. I think if you had to peg a scene that was going to go from this show even years ago, it's probably the one you would have picked. Then over at the Magic Kingdom, the Festival of Fantasy Parade will be returning as well sometime next year. Also, Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair, a new version of Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair, which was the Castle Stage Show, will debut in 2022 as part of the 50th anniversary of the Magic Kingdom. It'll be an updated version of the former show featuring similar scenes, plus the brand new song, Where Magic Feels Like Home, that'll be part of the new opening and closing of the show. So no more On This Day, which was probably my most hated Disney theme park song of all time. Good change. Mickey and friends will be in their iridescent celebration outfits as well, and dancers in the show will have new costumes too. It was revealed during the transportation presentation that Engine 1, the Walter E. Disney of the Walt Disney World Railroad, received a refurbishment during the long closure. It was almost kind of joked about on stage that it's the only one they were given a budget to fix. They wanted to do them all, and they weren't allowed. But Imagineers also hinted that more surprises will be coming to the Walt Disney World Railroad when it eventually reopens. No date was given. We don't know what surprises means, but that might mean new scenes somewhere, or at least refurbished scenes along the Walt Disney World Railroad, which, for my money, is the worst railroad at any Disney park in the world. There's almost nothing to look at. So it'd be great to have some things to look at. A new Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade will debut at the Magic Kingdom next year, featuring the most characters of any cavalcade to date. It'll feature characters like the Three Caballeros, Pixar characters as well, just a whole ton of characters. They're all listed on the website. You could check them out. But that does mean that cavalcades are not going away. That's right. So Festival of Fantasy is coming back, but cavalcades have proven really popular through the post-pandemic period, and so they're going to stay. Upcoming Vault Collection merchandise was previewed as well at a special panel where the merchandise creators previewed and talked about the existing Vault Collection. New items previewed include a Park Map Spirit jersey, a retro knit cardigan. There was also a tracksuit featuring the first anniversary artwork for Walt Disney World. There's also Crocs that match that Spirit jersey. They're pretty fabulous. All that and more coming. New Vault Collection merchandise will be released throughout the next year. There's plenty more to come. Moving over to EPCOT, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind will open specifically in the summer of 2022. The franchise's stars, including Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, and more, will return for the attraction. The footage began filming under director James Gunn in October. It was also confirmed that Glenn Close will reprise her role as Nova Prime in the attraction. Alongside those announcements, they showed the poster for the upcoming attraction, as well as some new pieces of concept art of the queue, the Xandarian Gallery, if you will, from the Wonders of Xandar Pavilion, which again is where you'll be queuing through before you load onto the attraction. A name for the new quick service restaurant coming to World Celebration was finally revealed, Connections Cafe and Eatery. Concept art was also shown, showing a similar aesthetic to the nearby Creation Shop, you know, like IKEA. Zach Ridley shared a behind-the-scenes look at the creation of a mural that will appear in the location. The mural does look pretty cool, though. I like that. If you don't know where this is replacing Electric Umbrella and the rest of the Innoventions building that was there as well, which was the temporary mouse gear for the last couple of years. In another area of World Celebration called Dreamers Point, you may know that a new statue of Walt Disney will be found. Well, we finally got a look at the creative process behind the statue, which will be located just behind Spaceship Earth. The statue's design and fabrication are currently underway, and President Josh D'Amaro gave guests a look at the process. And in the video, Imagineer and master sculptor Scott Goddard was shown putting the final touches on the clay model of the statue, getting Walt's pose and expression just perfect, said D'Amaro. That's exciting. Imagineer John Dennis mentioned that the EPCOT expansion will be complete in 2023 at the Musical Attractions of Walt Disney World panel. You may ask why that was announced at a music panel, but that's because it was dropped in when they talked about when the EPCOT theme song that was announced in 2019 will finally be completed. It's being composed by Pinar Toprak, who's done a number of major motion pictures. So I guess they said that's when we'll get the song. The song will debut when EPCOT, the expansion is complete. So whatever is actually going to be done at this point will be done by sometime in 2023. Even more details about the Galactic Star Cruiser were revealed, including the first live demonstration of the real lightsaber. Took place on stage. Josh D'Amaro, of course, got to do it. Lucky guy. This, of course, will not be for sale or even used by guests. It will be wielded by Rey aboard the Halcyon. We've seen it wielded by Rey in a short video. This is the first time we got to see it in person, and I will tell you, it is as impressive in person as it was in the video. It's super cool. Disney shared a sneak peek at what guests on board can expect during the lightsaber and bridge training activities. I'll break down the video we saw. Disney Parks Experiences and Products President Josh D'Amaro, of course, again demonstrating for us. He heads first to the lightsaber training room and is given a saber. These, of course, are more like the Savi's Workshop lightsabers, but these will be just for you to use in that room. The trainee then faces the wall where they have they'll be put through their paces by the device similar to the one Luke trained with in A New Hope, but it won't fly around the room, but it's a similar idea. And so, yeah, you'll wield the lightsaber and try to block these laser blasts. We then move on to the bridge of the Halcyon, where Josh was recruited to help out. Kind of looks like a video game. You get to shoot at first order and jump to light speed and all sorts of fun stuff when you take control of the navigation, the defense, the power, all sorts of elements of the Halcyon aboard the bridge of the ship. Fun thing that was said, when someone on the bridge jumps to light speed, the whole ship does, obviously. So even if you're in your stateroom, you will see that the ship has jumped to light speed while in your stateroom. The team behind the Galactic Star Cruiser also elaborated on the role that the Datapad will play on the journey. This is, of course, the Datapad in the Play Disney Parks app that you may remember played a big role in the opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This will be how you participate in missions. The characters you meet on the ship and build the story with will also use the Datapad to contact you. Guest responses can push their allegiance in one direction or the other, whether that's First Order, Resistance, or, I don't know, anything in between. You know, you want to be a bounty hunter or work somewhere in the underworld, you know, like me. You can do that. The itinerary may update with secret meetings or missions based on your loyalties and actions. Of course, just last week, we were introduced to a number of new characters coming to the Galactic Star Cruiser, but now we were formally introduced to Gaia, the Galactic superstar who will perform during the dinner show. Gaia's music can currently be heard in Oga's Cantina. There's also a little bit of story for her being on the Halcyon in the restroom. So if you go to the restroom in Galaxy's Edge, there's a bunch of radio ads that play, and you may remember before the Halcyon was ever announced, and we told you it was going to be the name of the ship, we did tell you, go sit there. There's an ad for the Halcyon where it says Gaia is performing on board, on the cruise. It's also been hinted that she will play a major part in the story. There will be a good explanation as to why the world's biggest, or the galaxy's biggest star is performing on this tiny cruise ship. That'll all be explained while you're on board. We got some more details about the characters we already are introduced to, like Captain Riola Keevan, who has a secret up her sleeve. She's worked for the Chandrilla Star Line for about 30 years aboard the Halcyon and saw an opportunity in the ship's manifest and its large cargo hold. Emboldened by an encounter with Leia Organa to take a larger role in the Resistance, she turned the ship into a quote-unquote rum runner to pull off missions. From the moment that guests get on board the Star Cruiser, the First Order will be there as well, keeping tabs on new guests. Lieutenant Croy boards the Halcyon almost immediately at the start of the journey. He's on a mission to interrogate every guest, crew member, and droid aboard the ship to discover their link to the Resistance. Meanwhile, SK-6220 loves the passengers and may be found leading a conga line with some of the younglings through the ship. It's fun. His data bank, though, is full of Resistance secrets. His partner, Lenka, the cruise director, must try to keep him safe, We also learned that Sammy, a mechanic from Han Solo's homeworld of Corellia, is also trying to get to the Resistance on Batuu. He was a wrench turner on Corellia and found a job aboard the Halcyon to try and join up with the Resistance, but it was alluded to that he may be more helpful aboard the ship. We learned, of course, that Gaia, the galactic superstar from the planet Ryloth, the Twi'lek homeworld, she's actually aboard the Halcyon searching for coaxium to save her home planet. So Gaia is going to tie in to that Smuggler's Run backstory. It's all going to interconnect both what happens in Galaxy's Edge and what happens aboard the Halcyon. Along with these character descriptions, many more details were revealed about the backstory of the Halcyon itself. Quote, the Halcyon Starcruiser is the jewel of the Chandrila Star Line. Aboard the 100-cabin Corellian MPO 1400 model Starcruiser, you'll voyage to the far reaches of the galaxy in legendary comfort and style. Recently refurbished and retrofitted, the Starcruiser combines modern conveniences with the romance of the age of exploration. Chandrila Starline had to say, the Starlight Beacon space station was created to help connect the Republic to the frontier worlds. This was the destination of one of the Halcyon's early voyages, and while the Halcyon was there, Starlight experienced a system malfunction, and the Halcyon was able to transport Starlight to a world in need. Not long after that, a Jedi Padawan and his master were on board and helped thwart a plot by raiders trying to take down the Halcyon. And just a little bit before the Phantom Menace, the Halcyon was a casino ship run by the Hutts. During that time, bounty hunters Aura Singh and Zam Wessel were aboard working as protection for a rich gambler. Meanwhile, about a decade later, during the time of the Clone Wars, Padme Amidala and Anakin Skywalker were on board trying to uncover a conspiracy involving a Republic senator. And after the fall of the Republic, the Halcyon was under Imperial control. It was used as sort of a retreat for important Imperial officers. I mean, even the Empire needs a vacation, right? During this time, Lando and Hondo performed a heist trying to liberate priceless jewels from the Imperials on the ship. And after the fall of the Empire, Chandrila Starline was created and was the home of a honeymoon for a very famous Star Wars couple whose identities were not revealed, but will be revealed in the upcoming Marvel comic series about the Halcyon. So stay tuned for that. At Disney's Animal Kingdom, Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond, the replacement for Finding Nemo the Musical, is coming to the theater in the wild next year. The show will take place in the same time frame as Finding Dory, and guests will find themselves in the Marine Life Institute. So you got to laugh when they say it's, a reimagined musical. It's a new one. Fan favorite songs from Finding Nemo the Musical will return as well. There'll be some new numbers as well. The show is expected to be shorter and have less performers than before, but Disney has not said that as of yet. In other news, Imagineers behind Project EXO were invited on stage to shake hands with Josh tomorrow and explain a little more about the project. This exoskeleton could be used for larger characters like a Wampa, Harold the Abominable Snowman, the Hulk, Thanos, and more. This suit will allow large costumes to be worn by performers and have the weight channeled down into supports at the legs, taking the weight into the ground rather than having the performer have to support it. Via hand controls, Richard is able to move individual fingers and wave the large hands with the help of pneumatic assistance in the suit's joint areas. This is really cool. Can't wait to see this in action. The logo was revealed for the upcoming 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company. Brace yourselves. I hope everyone at home is sitting down for this one. The anniversary is coming in 2023, but the year-long celebration will kick off next year to much fanfare at the D23 Expo. Yeah, that's the logo. That really generic-looking thing on your screen right now. That's it. Meanwhile, on the West Coast at Disneyland, the new Magic Band Plus, announced earlier this year, is coming to Disneyland Resort next year as well, along with the new Hey Disney Amazon Echo service. Those devices are coming to Disneyland Resort hotels. Guests will be able to use Hey Disney to get park information or request items from housekeeping, so many more functions than that. But this is a big deal. Magic Bands have been here at Walt Disney World for almost a decade. Finally, they are coming in some way, shape, or form to the Disneyland Resort, where we're sure they'll be used to open your hotel room door, to use your Genie Plus and Lightning Lane reservations, all that kind of stuff. But probably not park entry, because they use a very particular system at Disneyland. Don't expect that to change. Fantasmic and World of Color are both announced to return to the Disneyland Resort in 2022. Exact dates were not yet provided, but it is nice to hear that they'll be back. With that debut of Magic Band Plus on both coasts next year, we do know that a long-lost nighttime entertainment feature will come back. The bands will feature kind of a glow with the show technology they'll interact with Disney nighttime spectaculars on both coasts. You may remember many years ago, there were ear hats and gloves and paintbrushes and all sorts of things you could buy that allowed you to quote unquote glow with the show at World of Color and Fantasmic and fireworks shows and all of those things. Well, that'll be built in to the Magic Band Plus, and they say it'll be greater than before, more lighting patterns. There's haptic responses as well, so you'll feel vibrations and things throughout the show too. One example they gave us when we went to talk to them was that, if Tinkerbell flies over during the fireworks show, your band may turn green and sparkle and do all sorts of stuff, reacting to Tinkerbell's appearance. Cool stuff. The Main Street Electrical Parade will officially return next year at Disneyland to celebrate its 50th anniversary. Again, no exact date was provided. It was just said that it is, in fact, coming. An artist concept was revealed for the upcoming revamp of the downtown Disney district, which will begin in early 2022. In fact, in January, the former AMC Theater will be removed and a whole new area will be built. This open, grassy area will provide a space for guests to relax, as well as an area for some events that will be held at downtown Disney. It'll feature mid-century modern designs and an open space for relaxation. They also mentioned that the shopping and dining in the area will be revitalized. There should be new dining venues and more. 3 current venues will close in January, including the Earl of Sandwich, which I think, if I'm correct, is closing for the 3rd time in its history. Unbelievable. Sugar Boo and Company, and also Starbucks. Imagineer Bhavna Mistry took the stage alongside Tomorrow to reveal a look inside the upcoming Disney Vacation Club Tower coming to the Disneyland Hotel. This artist's concept has been revealed already, but a slightly updated version was shown with Tinkerbell going down the side of the building. It's pretty exciting. The new look takes us down to see the pool area that will be at the base of the tower. The pool, Mystery said, will be based on an artist palette. Inside the rooms, the design aesthetic is heavily influenced by an animator's process. For much of the design, the Imagineer studied the techniques of Walt Disney himself, and this room was inspired by 1959's Sleeping Beauty, with individual elements and concept art used for the aesthetic, as well as the headboard. And the color palette of the room is taken from the film as well. No opening date for the tower has been announced, but further details are promised in the future. Over at Disneyland Paris, the Avengers Campus will now officially open at Walt Disney Studios Park in summer 2022. A photo showing off the progress so far was released as well. Not much has changed since our last update, but it's nice to have an opening date for the project. Meanwhile, the 30th anniversary celebrations will include new costumes for Mickey Mouse and his friends at Disneyland Paris, as seen in this artist rendering. Celebration will also feature decorations for the park in iridescent blue and purple hues with sparkling lights as shown in the concept art. Sadly, the only other things that were announced is that their daytime parade, Disney Stars on Parade, is going to come back. Disney Illuminations is returning. So there will not be a special 30th nighttime show. There will not be a special 30th anniversary parade. Those things will not happen. There will be a special show in front of the castle, but that is about it. So sadly, we won't get Disney Dreams back. I know many people were hoping that the original Space Mountain theme would return. It sounds like we're not getting any of that for the 30th. Very sad. Shanghai Disney Resort gave us an inside look at one of the animatronics under development for the Zootopia land they're building. The animatronic is the character Yax, a yak who owns a naturalist club in the city of Zootopia and helps Judy by providing information. The short clip showed the designers hard at work on the audio animatronic. Supposedly there will be many in this attraction. One big recent addition was left out of any mention at this weekend's events: the Disney Genie, Genie Plus, and Lightning Lane systems. Although Disney recapped many developments from the past year and a half, as well as revealed plenty of returning and upcoming offerings, Disney Genie, Genie Plus, and Lightning Lane, the paid replacement of the former FastPass, were never mentioned. This is rather curious, as the Walt Disney Company just 2 weeks ago praised the success of Disney Genie Plus in their latest earnings call, with CEO Bob Chapek claiming that nearly 1/3 of guests visiting Walt Disney World since launch have upgraded to Genie Plus. We also noticed that trams weren't mentioned either. In fact, during the transportation panel, there was a slide that mentioned the 30 parking lot trams that exist at Walt Disney World. The Imagineer on stage read the top part of that slide, and when she got to trams, she stopped and moved to the next slide. Oh, what a weekend. So again, this is not a great look for them after a whole week of arguing with me that Bob Chapek was not appearing because they were afraid he was going to be booed. I mean, clearly they were worried about optics, because they then went on, number one, to not mention anything that could possibly receive a negative reaction, which Genie Plus and Lightning Lane certainly could have. And obviously, you know, people could have started clapping or said something out loud about the trams as well. So there were a couple things all weekend, including Mr. Chapek, that were off limits to make sure the crowd did not have a documented response to them. So believe what you want, folks. Due to the new legislation from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Walt Disney World has paused their COVID-19 vaccination requirement for cast members. Quote, "We believe that our approach to mandatory vaccines has been the right one as we've continued to focus on the safety and well-being of our cast members and guests. And at this point, more than 90% of active Florida-based cast members have already verified that they are fully vaccinated. We will address legal developments as appropriate," said a Disney spokesperson to local network Fox 35. The mandate had required all cast members to be fully vaccinated against COVID, and DeSantis' office responded to the statement, quote, "As we would expect, Disney has amended its vaccination policy to comply with Florida law. We believe that all companies in Florida will likewise follow suit," and the law signed by Governor DeSantis this week. "Nobody should lose his or her job over these mandates. Disney is a major employer in Florida, and we are proud that the happiest place on earth is here in our state." That's not what it is, by the way. Governor DeSantis' leadership has saved countless jobs and livelihoods before this holiday season. We hope Disney and any other company that has suspended or terminated workers due to vaccine mandates will consider rehiring them. And there goes the comments section. Have fun, whoever's moderating the comments for this show. Next up, let's move on. With many park pass reservations on peak days already gobbled up for the rest of 2021, Thanksgiving joke, at Walt Disney World, the sale of most annual passes have been temporarily halted. All but the Disney Pixie Dust Pass are no longer being sold for the time being. This means guests cannot buy the Disney Incredipass, the Disney Sorcerer Pass, or the Disney Pirate Pass. The Disney Pixie Dust Pass is the ticket with the most blockout dates, many of which are in November and December, so it makes sense that they're still being sold. Disney has not stated when sales of other annual passes will resume. Renewals for existing annual pass holders will remain available at this time. It's worth noting as well, there are several dates in the upcoming 2 months that regular theme park tickets are no longer available either. We have that list of dates on our website. So this is, I think they're worried about capacity. So halting these annual pass sales and then also making sure they're not selling tickets on these days that already probably are very full is the decision Disney has made at this time. Merry and Bright Nights, the Living with the Land holiday overlay at EPCOT, is back for the 2021 holiday season. You can come along with us as we take a ride to see our favorite vegetables, all festively decorated. And you could see photos of all this on our website, the full video ride through, including a new narration this year, right here on our YouTube channel. EPCOT took a stop towards a more sustainable future recently as the park is debuting new cast member costumes partially made from recycled plastic bottles. The seafoam green costume worn by the Festivals team sports the new World Showcase icon, which has been featured along with all the new and reimagined pavilion icons. One place you might see that is the flags out in front of the park. While only the Festivals team was mentioned, this we assume may be the replacement for the flag shirts, which have been a part of World Showcase for many, many years. So we'll see these around. They're made of bottles. Weird. 2 new board games are now available at Walt Disney World, perfect for the whole family to play. We found Yahtzee and Hungry Hungry Hippos and Friends in the World of Disney at Disney Springs. This version of Yahtzee includes 4 cups themed to each Walt Disney World theme park, even though it is the Disney Parks edition. So Disneyland people, you're going to have to deal with it, I guess. Windows on the sides of the box show a preview of each cup. They feature the icon of the park, such as Spaceship Earth for the EPCOT Cup, as well as ride vehicles, buildings, icons, and more. The game also includes 20 dice, score sheets, 4 pencils, and the rule booklet. It's $44.99. Meanwhile, Hungry Hungry Hippos and Friends is inspired by the Jungle Cruise. I will tell you, I opened mine this week. It's not very themed, so keep that in mind. The box is probably the most themed part of the whole thing. But it is available now at Walt Disney World if you really want it. It's $39.99. For the seventh time this month, Disney's Blizzard Beach Water Park will be closed due to cold weather. The water park will not open on Tuesday, November 23rd, and will remain closed all day on Wednesday, November 24th as well. Temperatures at Walt Disney World will reach highs in the mid-60s Tuesday with lows near 50. New holiday drinks just dropped at Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar at Disneyland Resort, at the Disneyland Hotel specifically, and we had to try them all. The Jungle All the Way is Fernet Branca, Kahlua, lime juice, pineapple juice, and coconut cream for $15.50. The Peppermint Barks drink is El Dorado 8-Year Rum, Rumpel Mince Peppermint Schnapps, ginger syrup, lemon juice, Coco Real cream of coconut, mint leaves, and pomegranate juice, all garnished with a candy cane for $15.50. The Teeny Bubbles drink is Gorilla Grog, lime juice, orange curacao, real McCoy rum, sparkling wine, and cinnamon syrup, garnished with a cherry for $14. And the Ginger Snaps is Hendrick's Gin, Canton ginger liqueur, lemon juice, ginger syrup, and cinnamon syrup, dusted with cinnamon and garnished with candied ginger for $16. The review of all of these at DisneylandNewsToday.com. A new series of holiday gift cards with pins have arrived at Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort. The gift cards must be activated at $100, but I mean, it's $100 gift cards. You get the pins for free, basically. The limited edition pins are included at no additional cost. The series will be widely available starting November 23rd, but we got them first at Destination D23. That's why we have pictures already. The four that were released include, you're seeing them now, you have Grogu and the Mandalorian. You have Stitch. You have Mickey. It's very cute. Very Olaf as well with Sven. It's a cute set. They're, again, available now at Disneyland and Walt Disney World Resorts. Pacific Wharf Cafe at California Adventure is serving up the apple fritter and bread pudding for the Festival of the Holidays. It's warm apple cinnamon bread pudding served with whipped cream and warm salted caramel sauce for $5.99. It shouldn't be forgotten that this time of year also means more creatively baked sourdough. Also at Pacific Wharf Cafe, they have these seasonally themed sourdough breads, which are delicious, by the way. They have a snowman, a candy cane, and a Christmas tree that's pull-apart rolls. How cute. Merchandise for the 2021 Disney Festival of the Holidays is available throughout California Adventure. A new pin, a t-shirt, a Tervis tumbler, and a Spirit jersey can be found. Head on over to our website to check them out. A new Minnie Mouse ear headband has arrived at Disneyland Resort. We found these red jeweled ears in Elias & Company at California Adventure. The ears are perfect for the fall or the holiday season. They work year-round. The bow is shiny fabric of burnt red and orange color. The velvet ears have red and yellow jewels embedded in them, and silver pieces stick out from around the jewels, making them look like they are shining. They retail for $29.99. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend, our annual tradition returns, our 50-hour live broadcast to benefit Toys for Tots. It begins this Friday right here on the channel at 9 p.m. Technically, it's 7 p.m. Eric Morton starting it off with a pre-show at 7 p.m. With Locked In's return. And then at 9 p.m., we kick it off right here from the studio with a live audience. WDW News Tonight, kicking off all 50 hours to benefit Toys for Tots. We hope you'll join us for as much as you can. It's always a lot of fun, and it helps a great cause. This episode of the show is obviously very long. I hope on Wednesday to be able to actually give you guys the full show schedule for this year's marathon show. So tune in Wednesday for that if you're interested. Meanwhile, for more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, the Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next trip. The best part, their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationeer, the official travel agency of WDWNT. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of this show or any of our others. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss again, two-time Destination D23 Trivia Champion, saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Taking this crown back now.
Looking for the latest in Disney news on the go? Then download WDWNT the app. From news to videos to park hours and more, WDWNT the app is your one-stop shop for the latest from the Disney world. Available on iPhone and Android, just search for WDWNT in your device's app store.